No one wants to see anyone lose, but we're in the business of winners and losers. Whoever's going to win is going to win.
Frank, I just want to touch back to the press conference or the media day you had on Tuesday about the knife crime and the knife. There's been a lot of going on in London, particularly this week. We've had the soldier, we've had the teenage boy. I just want to touch on that. How important is that for you and Queensbury?
Look, what happened, can you imagine, it's just a dreadful thing for what happened with the teenager, the soldier, and their families and the consequences. And also the kids who, the people who do this and their families. And there is something out there that can help, and box-wise for me is a great opportunity, great solution for youngsters, kids, people who are maybe disenfranchised or outsiders, for their families and for them to go along and take part on this course, which is a 10-week course. You get fed every day. You work, you're interacting with people, you're learning about your body, you're learning about teamwork, you're learning about respect, meeting people from different backgrounds, whether it be different ethnic backgrounds or different stratas of society. People who are volunteering to do this. It's also Sport England are involved helping, and it's a chance to change your life around. And that is important. It is important. It's important that the kids know there's somewhere you can go that can help you get away from this, get out of this vicious circle, because it's a vicious circle. You become a prisoner to your environment, to your peer pressure. Thinking with the knives, it's it makes you something a bit more special or whatever. It doesn't. I've been there, I know it. I come from a background where I've seen it all happen and been involved in it. It doesn't, and this is a great thing. 1,500 youngsters last year were on this scheme, and it helped them all, helped every one of them. There'll be 3,000 this year. We want to get 30,000. Hopefully they don't need to be 30,000, but we want to get them involved, because this is important to society. We're in a position to do it, to help do this, but more importantly is we shouldn't have to be doing it. This should be happening at government level. It should be starting from the top, on the streets. It's on the streets of inner cities, it's on the streets of villages now. It's everywhere. This knife crime is an epidemic.
Frank,
what you do with epidemics, you try and stamp them out.
Frank, the main event this week, Joyce against Chisora. Does the loser leave town?
Say again?
Does the loser of the main event this week, is that them done?
I think the loser of this fight has a long way to, if they can get back. The winner goes on. It's an age thing. People. Derek's 40 years of age. I've said he should have retired a few years ago. That's my opinion. He's out to prove me wrong, and he may be right. I don't know. We're going to find out on Saturday. Joe was the most avoided heavyweight at one stage. Had that great win against Joe Parker, who's since resurrected his career, and then had unfortunately those 2 losses against Zhang. One injury, the second one was pretty emphatic, so he can't afford to slip up again. He's obviously got less miles on the clock as a professional fighter, but this is shit or bust for them, both of them.
What would you look at for Joyce should he come through? There's a Parker rematch and things like that.
A lot of things happening in that heavyweight division. It's so lively. There's a big fight on the 21st, Riyadh season fight on the 21st of September at Wembley. The Wembley special event. That's a great fight. It's for the IBF title. 21st of December, we're back in Riyadh season again. Rematch between Tyson and Usyk. After that, are the belts going to fragment? Maybe. But for these guys, the winners who are coming through these fights, all they talk about Parkers and whatever, they're all vying to be there, either fight for vacant belts or become the mandatory for the respective titles. So it's all on the line for all of them, and the opportunities are there for them to be challenging for a world title.
Just finally from me, 21st of September, Dubois against Joshua. Eddie Hearn feels that if Dubois approaches it like he did against Hrgovic, that Joshua could take him out early. How do you feel Dubois wins the fight?
Just to do what he does, which is knock people over.
quick one, Frank. You promoted Derek Chisora in his early days. What are your fondest memories of him, and do you think that in his 10th fight at the O2 with you ringside, it's a perfect time for him to go out?
Look, I don't. No one wants to see anyone lose, but we're in the business of winners and losers. Whoever's going to win is going to win. You know, Derek's been a great servant for British boxing over the years. I mean, it's a long career he's had, and he's never fallen short. He's always, what I mean by falling short, he's always give as much as he can give in fights. Been in some dramatic and exciting fights. I just want to make sure when him, and for that matter, any boxer when their careers are over, Joe Joyce, anyone on that card, that their marbles are intact. That's the most important. You can earn lots of money, God bless you, because it's the toughest of all sports, but you've got to know where it's in, what bank it's in.
Frank, we've seen Alexander Usyk doing an interview today with Boxing King Media. So what are your thoughts? Have you spoken to Tyson Fury, and if so, how is he? How's things?
I spoke to Tyson this morning. I'm hoping he'll be at the show on Saturday. That Usyk may be coming, I'm not sure, but I hope Tyson's going to come along. But he's in a good place. Just come off a family holiday in the Caribbean. Said he had a marvellous time with the kids, and he's looking forward to getting back in training.
There was a lot of talk about his team after the fight, but it seems like he's going to stick with the team, same personnel. What do you make of that? Did you expect that to happen?
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you know, that we won't know until nearer the fight. I haven't had a conversation with him about it.
There was an incident that occurred yesterday in Manchester Airport. Can I just get your thoughts on it, please?
Sorry?
The incident that occurred in Manchester Airport yesterday between the police and the family, where a young man was attacked in front of his
Well, I've only seen the film, and then I'll see a statement. I don't think it was a true statement put out by the police. A policewoman got her nose broken, and 2 policemen wound up in hospital, and then that was the... I mean, I can't comment on that because I don't know the background. There's a snippet which looks pretty awful with the way that the guys were arrested. Having said that, I don't know what went on before that, so I can't really comment on something I don't know about.
Final one, I know you're still looking after Joe Joyce. If he could win on Saturday night, who would you ideally like to put him in the ring with next?
I think the winner's going to be in a fighting somebody in the top 5. It'll be a meaningful fight. Joe or Derek, whoever wins that. There ain't no marking time fights now.
Have you got any updates on Anthony Yard or what happens with him next?
No, we had a conversation, off the record conversation with the team a few days ago, and hopefully things will move forward.
We'll finish it there. Thanks, guys.
When it comes with Joyce and Zhang, when it comes to the Joyce fight now, do you think people take too much from the Zhang fights when it comes to sort of his credibility as a heavyweight?
Well, you can look at the fight he had with Joe Parker as well. You know, he looked brilliant in the Joe Parker fight, didn't he? Did what he had to do. And the fights with Zhang was a different fight, and Parker's come back now, Joe's come back, Joe's now got a chance to turn himself around. Derek feels he can do the job. You know, this is like such a moving... It's all moving parts in this heavyweight scene. Everybody's vying to get themselves onto the top table. We've got 2 important fights this year in the division, the IBF title and the other 3 titles. After that, are they going to fragment? They're going to be some mandatories, so it's going to be interesting times.
Yeah. Frank, what's your reaction to Turkey Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season signing Golden Boy Promotions and Top Rank to a partnership deal?
It's the same things what we do with the advertising on the. That's what it is. It's advertising the Riyadh seasons on their shows.